Water warriors embark on a 60-vehicle relief effort from across the country to provide water, loosen feed and drought-stricken farmers and families in the Karoo. The area has been gripped by a 7-year drought. Truckloads come from Cape Town, George, and as far as Sweizer Reinike in the northwest. Mariska Botha has more.
We're coming to you from the Karoo town of Laingsburg this morning, where there's dark clouds overhead, but in this area there's been a serious drought for 7 years. As we drove up from Cape Town, about 40 kilometers from here is Fontein, and in that area there's thick mist that hangs everywhere, and there was drizzle coming down, and over here the farmers are desperate. Everybody here is in destitution, trying to survive every day. There's no water. They have to get rid of their livestock, and people are here to help today, and those people are the water warriors. It's a convoy of 60 vehicles, including trucks, bakkies, cars, that is bringing help to the community of Laingsburg in the Karoo, where there's so much help needed. To chat to us a little bit more about their program, we have Pieter du Plessis here of Water Warriors. Pieter, good morning, and thank you so very much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Pieter, first of all, tell us, what is Water Warriors?
South African Water Warriors is an organisation started by the founder Dion Smith. We only 6 members. Luckily, we spread right across the country. Dion and Tina is in Cape Town, myself is in George, and then we've got Gerda and Patensi and 2 ladies, Michelle and Shannon, in Gauteng. And yeah, that's where we try to orchestrate everything from different points and get support and donations and arrange everything. So yeah, we're a team of 6, and then we've got a very, very excellent team of volunteers. That's the heartbeat of our group. They load our vehicles, they go and get donations, their own fuel, their own time, their own cost. They drive down with us. That's how we make up the convoys. We're very blessed to have this one with 60 vehicles. And yeah, they're the heartbeat. So yeah, we're 6 members, but we've got a team of volunteers throughout South Africa that's standing behind us.
But that must be a logistical nightmare if you say they get donations. What are the kind of things that you get? Is it money? Is it water? What do you get, and how do you get it to the points where you deliver?
Our logistics is always a nightmare. Sometimes we get fodder, then we can't afford to get it down to the farmers, because everything that we do is absolutely free to the farmers. We don't ask them a donation to get something here. We don't ask them to participate in anything. When we get here, they don't know what to expect today. So everything that we drop off today is absolutely free to them. So yeah, money-wise, fodder, food, we get donations from right across the country, and then we need to get it to certain points. That's where our volunteers come in. They load it on their vehicles, they go and drop it off at certain storerooms that we've got. And on the day of the outreach, then we load their vehicles, they load it up, and they bring it out to them. So yeah, funding is always a problem, because we need to get the fodder to the farmers, because you get fodder donated today. The cattle and the sheep don't ask to die in 2 weeks' time. You need to get that to them immediately. So if we can move that the same day we get it donated and we have the funds, we can do it. Otherwise, we have to wait until the outreach is there to get everything there.
And you in Laingsburg today, why did you choose this area?
About a month ago we did Lady Smith, and we spoke to the farmers there, and we saw photos, and then we spoke to some of the farmers in Laingsburg, and we saw pictures. And we were very privileged to speak to some of the farmers last night, and it's devastated. They're actually living from donation to donation. There's farmers that had 1,500 sheep, they're down to about 10. So there's no grazing in the field. They have to feed. So if they don't feed, they can't afford to. And it was so sad. Yesterday we drove past these most beautiful farmhouses, and there was corrugated iron in front of the windows. It's locked up. The farmers just close up, lock the gates, and then they go and work in town. So yeah, it's heartbreaking. It's a community that's being left aside, and we're not looking after our farmers. But as long as we've got our volunteers, our donators, and whoever can assist us, South African Water Warriors will never forsake our farmers. We will be there for them.
Very, very much. That's Pieter du Plessis from South African Water Warriors. As you heard there, farmers are giving up. Many have tried their best, simply cannot hang on. It is so dry here that there's no grazing for the animals. This is a sheep area. This is where that lovely Karoo lamb that you buy in the store, this is where it comes from. And for many of the farmers, it's been simply impossible to maintain their livestock and to maintain their farming activities. That, of course, spills over to workers and to communities in small towns like this in Laingsburg, which has a devastating effect. On top of the coronavirus that we have, tourism not being what it is. So these are very, very hard times. Yesterday I spoke to a farming organization to get the lay of the land and to understand what is happening in Laingsburg. And they used the Afrikaans word droevig. And there isn't a comparable English word. It simply means it's immensely sad, the situation here in Laingsburg. But with organizations like Water Warriors, South African Water Warriors, there's a little bit of help and a little bit of hope that will be spread here today.